Hello and welcome to Mad Props. Today we have a very special guest to me. Jordan Ta'amu, quarterback for the DC Defenders, played in the NFL as well. But the reason it's such an important guest to me is because I spent all last season with him, with DC. We became pretty close friends, but me and him compete over everything. Literally everything. You're going to hear more about it in the podcast, so I'm not going to go too into it, but we compete over basketball, we compete over video games, we compete over anything that you can have. We compete over. I'm even going to tell a story about last year, us being competitive, which led to a championship. So you're going to want to stick around. It's the very end, so you're going to want to stick around the whole time for that one. But thank you guys for being here. If you don't already, please subscribe to the podcast, whether you're on Spotify, Apple, or your favorite podcasting platform. Go subscribe to us there. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to us on the YouTube page. Turn on the little bell if you want notifications. If not, just come back every Tuesday. We come out about every Tuesday, as long as I can get an episode on Tuesdays. But we've been trying to go every single Tuesday. So, and I think it's funny because this isn't going to release on a Tuesday, but it doesn't matter. But go subscribe to us so you can grab it every time we go out there. We're also going to start doing some prizes and giveaways for people that follow us on social media. So you're going to want to follow us on social media at MadPropsPod on Instagram and TikTok, or my social media at Chris Schnabel on Instagram, Chris.Schnabel on TikTok. We're going to start doing some stuff, some giveaways from former guests, some giveaways from future guests, and some other things that we're going to be doing. So don't want to miss any of that. Without further ado, though, we're going to get into the podcast. We're going to talk with Jordan. We're going to catch up with Jordan because I haven't been able to talk to him in a little bit. It's been a minute since I've been able to talk to him, so I'm excited about that. Thank y'all for being here. This is Mad Props. Tune in. Stay here. Mad Props time. So he may not admit it, but my absolute best friend is on the podcast today. I don't know if I'm his best friend. He's my best friend. Jordan, how you doing, man? It's great to see you.
What's up, man? Doing good, Chris. Good to see you, man. You are my best friend, by the way.
Oh, look at that. We could end it right there. We don't need to go any further than that. We are right there. We're already good. But we met last year, UFL season. I was running DC's account, crushing it, obviously.
Crushing it.
You guys were crushing on the field. I had to crush it with the DC everything account. But that's not even what, my favorite part of the season was. My favorite part of the season was when I would just absolutely whoop you in Super Smash Brothers.
My
on the bus, in the hotel, wherever we had to play, I would just whoop y'all in Super Smash Brothers. Even to the point where we were on the bus and me, you, and AV were playing.
You're right.
And you would attack me.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm out of the game. Get you out, and I'll be like, all right, now we can play.
Yeah. No, that's so funny. I haven't played in so long, and you bringing that game on the bus or to the hotels, that just unlocked the childhood memory of of just playing that game and getting used to the controls. Once I got used to it, it was over with. I was I use Little Mac every time, so
it was over with. Then you were able to survive a little more.
Yeah, his recovery does suck, but he was pretty fast and but you know how to use every character, so that's why you beat me.
That's not true. I actually don't know how to use every character. And actually, on top of that, I also, at that point, haven't played in a while. That was the first time I was also playing for a while. So you can't use that excuse.
But
I
jumped
on the sticks the same time.
You have it all.
I do have the whole gaming system.
Yeah.
I do travel with. I travel with it everywhere I go. It doesn't matter if it was for that, if it's for when I was doing my own business. Anytime I would get on a plane, that Switch. Now the Switch 2. I do have the Switch 2, by the way. I have them both.
Wow.
But yeah, I know. Well,
we got to break that in.
I'm down. Hey, when I come up, I'll bring it. I tell you, I travel with it everywhere I go. I'll bring it. Absolutely.
I want my rematch.
But I do bring it everywhere I go. I will say we never played Mario Kart. I tried the new Mario Kart. Not the biggest fan of it. I think. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's just not. It doesn't feel the same.
It's not like the old maps. Yeah.
No, I think they have some of the old maps, but I can't really explain it. I don't know what it is. I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. I
love Super Mario.
I love Mario Kart Double Dash is my number one. I have it right here, right there behind me for anybody watching Mario Kart Double Dash. It's right there on the GameCube. But I don't even know if that disc works anymore because it's the original copy I got in whatever 2004. But that's ever since then. I'm like, Mario Kart's all right. But Super
Yeah.
Smash, they got to come out with another one so we can get
Oh
back
yeah.
to it. Get back to it. But I got you. When I get
I
up to
missed that game,
Dallas,
man. I haven't played since I
I got
last
you.
last time I played you. So yeah, we
Yeah,
got to run
because
it back.
you don't have a Switch, right? You don't have a
No, I
Switch or
don't.
anything like
No,
that.
no.
See, he
I
can't
used to have all
practice.
these games, but now like, I'm too busy. You just can't do it. A
Yeah.
lot of
Well,
things to do.
that's why I like the Switch because
Yeah, you
I
can take
only
it
played
wherever.
two different times. I play like as I'm chilling about to go to sleep or something like that, I'll play
Hmm.
for like an hour, or if I'm traveling. And
Yeah,
that's really it. Like I don't sit down and play. The only time I sit down and play any sort of game is if my boys are going to play 2K or something like that.
yeah,
And I suck at 2K. So
yeah.
like, I'm so ass at 2K,
Makes
but
sense.
I like playing with everybody. Yeah, it makes sense. What you mean? What you mean makes sense?
I've seen your shot before. Nah,
Hey,
yeah, you have a pretty good
I'm
shot.
hooping
I will
right
say that.
now.
Yeah,
I'm hooping right now. I don't know what you're talking
that's
about.
remember when I beat you in that though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So if you couldn't tell, we've been competitive in
Oh
many
yeah.
different aspects. In whether it's shooting hoops, I will say we did bowling. I had nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not a bowler.
Zero. Yeah. I was
I
spinning
go
in
and I'm throwing it
everything.
straight, and you're like curving the ball. I'm like, there's no shot. I'm getting this one. I can't remember the last time I went bowling, but this
We
dude's
had yeah.
turning it. I'm
It
out.
was fun. We had like a whole Olympic day. Like we were like doing, bowling, basketball. Did we even do
Yeah.
darts? Like we even like I don't know. It was like
I think we kind of did darts, but
yeah,
the one that was probably the closest, other than basketball, because basketball we did like a series of like five, because it
yeah,
kept going back and forth.
right.
We did a 3-point shootout going back and forth, but the closest one, the one that might have been closer than that, was the air hockey.
Oh, air
I think I
hockey.
took like a fat lead, and then I just
Yes.
couldn't get that last goal, and I just blew it. Just no
Yep.
ice in my veins. Not like the MVP over here. No ice in my veins over
Gotta
here.
have that
Not like,
ice. Gotta have
yeah,
it.
I gotta have that ice. That happened recently. For people listening, I'll explain who this is. I just met up with Momo recently. Momo was
Mm-hmm.
a linebacker on the team as well. Also played with you at Ole
Yeah.
Miss.
Yeah.
But we were out and there was a basketball, one of those like basketball. They have a free throw line and you go,
Yeah.
and we were doing the same thing. We were just competing back and forth on the
You beat him?
basketball, on skee ball. So I beat him in making shots, just straight up making shots. I didn't miss.
Okay.
But then he'd be like, "All right, let's do like a hook shot," and I'm like, "Hook shot? The ceiling is 5 feet. Like, what are you talking about a
He's
hook
trying to do all
shot?"
this exotic
Yeah,
shots.
but he would make them all. That's the thing. He'd make all like the hook shots and all this other stuff.
That
I was like,
sounds
if I
just like
just sit
Momo.
here and do a free throw, I will hit every single one, and I don't have
Yeah.
to worry about him. You're talking about doing a through the legs hook shot. I'm like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
There's
I
no
go almost
way.
hitting my head on the ceiling. There's no hook shot going on here. But that's the best part is competing and being competitive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But before we get into stories and all that stuff, let's get into your career a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go all the way back. Ole Miss. How do you get to Ole Miss from Hawaii? Because you're originally from Hawaii. We didn't even
Yeah.
mention that. He's from
Yeah.
Hawaii. Originally from Hawaii. Get to Ole Miss. How do you even get there?
Yeah, originally from Oahu, Pearl City, a small little town. Um, you know, growing up there, I would play two sports, baseball and football, but I was also good at basketball. I was also good at volleyball, but those two main sports kind of stuck out to me, so I played those year round, baseball, football. And I didn't have an offer. My only offer coming out of high school, after, going to the championship every year, what sucks is like I lost every championship. So last year was my first championship ever winning, and it meant to
Same.
me. It meant to me. Hey, twins.
Same.
And then
Same.
yeah, we just my only offer was a walk-on spot to University of Hawaii. They're like, "Hey, Jordan, like we want you to walk on. You have a strong build. I think you can be a really good safety." And I was like, "Safety? I'm not trying to play safety. I want to play quarterback." And I was like, "Thank you for the offer, but I think I'm gonna go somewhere else." Couple days before, the signing day, um, not university, but New Mexico Military Institute, a junior college, in Roswell, New Mexico, hit me up and they're like, "Hey, Jordan, like we want to come out to Hawaii to watch you throw. We think you can be a good asset to our team." So I'm like, "Wait, perfect. Like this is my address. Like we can throw at this local park." They fly all the way to Hawaii, watch me throw, fly back to New Mexico. The next day they call me. They're like, "Jordan, we want to give you a full ride." to our junior college. You don't have to worry about clothes. You don't have to worry about shoes or food. You don't have to worry about dorms. Like we're covering everything, books. So we just want you to come up here. Only thing is that you have to follow military rules. You have to shave your head. You have to wear uniform. You have to march, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But football will help you get to the next level where you want to be at, which is D1, right? And I was like, yes, sir. That's where I want to go. So Roger Starback went there, and he was kind of been the main guy to come out of that junior college. And I was like, hey, if he can do it, I can do it. Tony Romo did it. So it's like there's many quarterbacks that went to junior college and then uh went to the pros. So it was just I was just looking that up in junior college. And then that's when I went to New Mexico Military Institute, shaved my head bald as soon as I got there. Um, I had no beard yet. Everything was gone. So it was like um,
Fresh faced.
fresh face, everything, baby face. I don't know if you can find it, but it's out there. And from there, I like first year ended up getting hurt, so I didn't play as much, but I did play like 3 games. So I played 3 games that season as a backup, and then so that burned my red shirt. Sophomore year came, first game threw 8 touchdown passes, and that's what sparked up everything. Um, what got me the offers that I had, and then doing so well. I was like the number 3 quarterback coming out that year in junior college, and then
Hmm.
that's when Ole Miss pulled the trigger and offered me, and that's how I got to Ole Miss from there.
So there was no wait period at that time though, because you were going from junior college to D1, right?
Right.
Because
So
you usually transfer as the wait period, but that's only D1 to D1 at that time.
yeah. So it was straight. I went from I was gonna go on 2 visits to Minnesota and Ole Miss. I had to share one weekend because I only had one weekend to kind of decide.
Hmm.
So I was like, all right, let me go to Ole Miss first, and I can go to Minnesota. And then so I went to Ole Miss, and then I was like, you know what? Like I feel God talking to me here. Like I feel like I'm truly destined to be here. So I committed on the spot. Didn't even go to Minnesota. So
And worked out for you because
it worked
you
out.
go there, you weren't the starter at first, but you get in because of an injury, and then the second year is that's your starting year.
Yeah.
You're leading Ole Miss, which has to be crazy. Like
Yeah.
just you're leading an SEC team every day going in and out. So when you finally get that call, how's that feel when was it Shea Patterson
Yeah, Shea
goes
Patterson,
down,
yeah,
right?
when
Shea
yeah.
Patterson goes
So he
down.
went down, yeah. I knew it was gonna be tough to kinda get the job coming in, and, like, they needed a backup, and that's why they recruited me, a junior college guy, and, I said that, "Imma train every week, like, Imma start just in case." Our OC came in and was like, "Hey, Shea Patterson is starting, but I want you to be ready because I know you can, and you never know when your name or number is gonna get called, so just be ready." And then he ended up getting hurt um, LSU game. What's so crazy too is my parents even like flew out to that game just to watch the game, and they flew all the way from Hawaii, and they also surprised me with a truck after that game. The same truck that I have, the Silverado. Um, they came out there and surprised me with it, and it was all in God's work where they got to come out there just to watch the game. Didn't know I was going to play. I ended up jumping into the game halfway through the game. And then after the game, I come home and there's a brand new truck in my driveway. I mean, I was in tears, man. Everything was just started to work out in God's favor. And I knew if I trusted him, I knew if I, put him first, like all these things were going to start aligning. And it was. And then if I would have started that whole year, I would have beat so many records and like would have been like number one. But I became like I was like number two, number three in like all categories after starting like half the year. So you can only just imagine that. And then yeah, the senior year took the reins over, and I was just one in, one out, and we tried to get another year for me because I only played 3
Hmm.
games in my freshman year. We try to get another year and say, "Hey, that was a medical redshirt year," but then that's when they denied it, and then the next year they came out, you can play 3 games, and you can still redshirt. Ain't that crazy?
So you tried to redshirt, they said no, and then you
Yep.
leave, and then they're like, actually, sure, you can if you do this, you can redshirt. And you're like, well,
That's
that
when
would
they
have
made
been
yeah, that's when they made the new rule, was that 2019, as soon as
well,
I left.
they're making a lot of new rules now because the NCAA is just in this whole
Yeah,
this whole
yeah,
mess of like, and all actually Ole Miss is in like this whole thing right now with their starting
yeah,
quarterback
yeah. With
currently,
Trinidad, yeah, he got
and they just
denied
don't
too.
know. They don't know what to do over there at the NCAA because I
Yeah.
think the funniest thing with the NCAA right now, not to bash the NCAA or
Mm.
anything, but the funniest thing is they're like, this is the window from here to here. This is when you could do things, and people are like, nah, I'll just do what I want. I'll
Mhm.
just if I feel like doing it now, I'm just gonna do it now. And they're like, hey, don't do that again. Don't do that again. We told you in this window,
Yeah,
we'll do it this time, but not again. And it's like they just don't know how to control it now because the NIL money is just so crazy. It's like
it's so crazy.
they don't have that power anymore. They don't have
Hmm.
that control, and they know that if they really try to put their foot down on some stuff, they're either going to have what happened to it wasn't Ole Miss, it was maybe the Vanderbilt quarterback or something like that, where he like sued them in a different state and won, and like got another year of eligibility. And
Yeah,
it's like, all
yeah.
right, so you can't do it that way either. So like,
Hmm.
what power do they even have anymore,
Yeah, there's
other
so
than
many
just saying like,
loopholes, and yeah,
yeah, there's so many loopholes, and that it's just there's so much money coming from other directions that they
yeah,
don't really have that power anymore to do anything, which is
right.
crazy. Do you think that's going to end up being like the Power Four going to their own thing, or do you think they're gonna figure that out in the NCAA?
I feel like they're gonna figure it out. I mean, they have to with all the money and stuff they have and resources. Like they got to figure it out.
You would think.
Yeah, yeah, you would think.
They they had a lot of years of making money while not having to pay their athletes, so
Yeah.
you'd think they'd have the means to do all that. So you get through Ole Miss, you have
Mhm.
a good senior year,
Yeah.
go undrafted though, right?
Right.
Did you know going in that you were probably going to be undrafted? Were you projected late round? Like how did that process? How was that
Yeah.
process from leaving Ole Miss to going on to the next part of your career?
Yeah. I mean, I got my agent, not too long right after the season, and he told me, with the numbers, with the athletic build, with everything um, that I produced that year and the year before. So like Jordan, like I've been talking to some coaches, like you're projected like third round and to the later rounds. So like there's no doubt I don't see you getting drafted, like especially with this quarterback class. I mean, there was a lot of dogs in our class, but they're like, I think you'll be drafted late rounds and just be a sleeper pick. And I was like, okay, let's just do this. And when I went to the combine, um, I went to see the doctors. Every there's like 12 doctors like feeling on you, like touching like every bone in your body. And then they go to my knee and they start feeling my knee and they're like, knee's kind of loose. Like, when did you hurt it? And I was like, it was 2019 at the time. And I was like, I heard it like 2015, my first year of junior college. And they're like, do you know what it was? And I was like, no, because um, I came back like 2 months later and started playing. So we go to an MRI, doctor, and then we go get our MRI, and then they come back. They're like, Jordan, like you have a completely torn ACL. And I said, what? And then they're like, yeah, like apparently like it's like an old torn ACL. And I was like, well, that's probably what I heard in 2015. And they're like, the way that you're cutting, the way that you're running, and the way that you said like you played these games in your freshman year when you got hurt, it's kind of impossible for somebody to do that after being having a torn ACL. And just looking back at it, I was like, damn, that's crazy that I was like still running around. Like, of course, I had a brace on, but I was still doing things that I can do. And
Yeah,
I said that shouldn't affect the way my draft is. And they're like, yeah, like it's gonna flag up with all these, with the draft and stuff, and like people want their quarterbacks 100% healthy. And I was like, well, I've been playing for 4 years, and like you can see my numbers. You can see, um, I think I'm faster now. I was a 4.7 at the combine, so it's like I even ran a 4.7. Most quarterbacks ain't running that, so it's like I was even like, jumping, doing all these things. Like didn't have the highest vertical, but I felt like I was athletic enough to, move around and play the game and throw the ball. Um, and then that dropped me all the way to undrafted. And that's when the Texans picked me up
yeah, yeah, and that's funny you say that because like you've had this torn ACL since your freshman year,
freshman year. Yeah.
and you put up the stats. They've
Hmm.
seen you play. Like, I get it. You don't want somebody to be hurt or whatever, but
Yeah.
like you've seen the receipts are there. He's had it since his freshman year. He's played 4 years. Like
Right.
if you and you're like, oh, this is a third round pick, easy. But because you go like, oh wait, his legs hurt, but all the stats are there. You
Mhm.
were what second your senior year in passing
Yeah.
yards. You could run the ball. You had like 600 total rushing yards at Ole
Mhm.
Miss, something like that.
Yeah.
Like
I had the most 300-yard game, in a season at Ole Miss. Still hold that record to this day.
I don't know if you can see,
So
by the way, I've done my research.
yeah.
I got you on lock right now. I've done my research. I know
Yeah.
all this stuff right now. I was like, oh shit, 10 minutes. I gotta get a look at some stats. But so you go to the NFL, but then you end up going to where you are now. I think it was the XFL at the time, but you go to where
Mhm.
you are now. Did you go straight from when you go to the Texans? You go straight to the XFL, and what made that decision as well?
Yeah, so I was with the Texans, for, the preseason, and then they ended up releasing me, right after the season, and then that's when I got a call. Me and my agent got a call from the XFL that was gonna start up, um, in November, December. So we started up pretty early for this first XFL, and there was a St. Louis team, and they're like, "Jordan, we saw your film. We know your numbers. We believe in you. You're the youngest guy we want to bring in. Everybody else is like veterans or they played before in the league, and like we want to bring you to St. Louis, and we want you to be our franchise quarterback." And I was like, "All right, let's do it." Like I'm so in. So sign my contract, and then I report to St. Louis like November, December, like early December, and that's when we have our onboarding training camp and stuff, and we go out and have a great season, and I'm killing it, and then boom, COVID hit, and then ended our season pretty early. Hmm.
Yeah, I remember the season ending because that's when they were competing with the USFL as well, right?
No, no one was competing with us yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
because
they were already gone, or they didn't come back yet.
they
The
didn't come
USFL.
back yet. Yeah, they weren't there yet. So like it
Gotcha.
was just like the first like, and this is like when games were packed. Like every game we went to, like if it was in Orlando, if it was in Dallas, um,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
remember that. I remember
DC, yeah,
like every game
every
had
game was
people
packed,
at
and
it.
like St. Louis, of course, because the dome just opened up and people were hungry. So it's like the fact that I was their first quarterback in St. Louis, in the loop, um, they grabbed onto me and like they're like, Jordan, like that's how I got most of my followers too, is because like of that. It's just they grabbed onto me and like they're like, all right, like we're gonna support this guy, and he's giving our city a second chance at football.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
they definitely have fans that come out over there. They
Yeah,
definitely have
they do.
fans that come out.
Hmm.
Whatever your opinion is on them now, they definitely have fans that come out that support that team and
Oh yeah.
they want football in St. Louis. They want NFL football in St.
Yeah.
Louis for
I'll
sure,
always
but they want
support them.
football in St. Louis.
Hmm.
Um so now you go to the XFL, COVID shuts it down. First of all, I'm surprised they didn't kind of like try to not continue through COVID, but like pick back up before other sports did. I feel like that's such a good like
Yeah.
opportunity to grab fans while they're like same thing you're saying about St. Louis. Like they were hungry for football, so they
Yeah.
all gravitate towards you. I don't think they came. They didn't even come back in 2020, right?
No, they
The
didn't. I think they just like
XFL.
they just couldn't afford it, and it was just tough to play or tough to pay, from players to front
Yeah,
office to coaches. So, and then with COVID happening, like everything was shut down, so there was no way, people were
yeah.
gonna go out.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, now people weren't going to go out, but trying to figure out a way to get games going. Because, like,
Hmm.
I remember in COVID, I wasn't an athlete or anything like that during COVID, but I did coach baseball during COVID, which got shut down. I was at home dying for some sort of sports.
Yeah.
We'd play whatever. I was terrible. Like I said before, I was terrible at 2K, but we'd play whatever. And we were so desperate for sports we didn't know the outcome of. We would just like
Yeah.
have games sim each other, like baseball, like the Yankees versus the Mets on like the show. No one controlling a team, like just letting the computer decide everything. Like
Hmm.
that's how badly we wanted sports that we sat there and watched a simulated game. Like that's the thing that happens when you go to the main menu and you don't hit start in time. They start that simulated game like as a
Yeah.
screensaver. We were doing that like full seasons of that because we were so desperate for sports.
I
So that's
know.
why I'm like, if they would just came back, like people were dying for it. I don't even remember what the first sport back was, but it was something like obscure. Everybody just flocked to it. I remember like the cornhole championships had like
Yeah.
millions of views because
Yeah.
people are like, I just want
I
something
mean, yeah. I mean, it
in the
delayed.
cornhole.
Yeah, it delayed the NFL. A little bit, and like that's what after that whole thing. Then that's when I got called up from like different NFL teams,
Yeah.
and that's when I got called to the Chiefs, and people were stoked because I was in St. Louis, and then it was such an easy drive to to Kansas City, and at the time, the XFL, we're all living in our cities too. So like we were all living in St. Louis. People were living in DC, like wherever their teams were, that's where they lived. So
Oh,
it's such an easy
there wasn't like a hub at the time. It
no,
was
no
like
hub.
now
Yeah.
there's a hub for
Yep.
people that don't know. There's a hub in Arlington, but
Hmm.
you were
In
in
our
the city,
cities.
like the things people want.
Yeah, and it was good. Like we were with the fans. If we like, I went to like a pop up shop to like just sign autographs, and like it was a great turnout. And then then the Chiefs called, and that delayed everything. Like everything was on Zoom, like training camp and all that. And then like we reported, we had to wear masks everywhere we went, had to get tested every day. And then that's when they said, hey, we're not doing any preseasons. So like I couldn't even um, showcase myself to the world in a preseason game. So they took that all out, and then they ended up playing right into the first game. But I was still on the practice squad, for a majority of that year until I got
Hmm.
COVID, and I was like one of the first people in the NFL to get COVID, and my name was on plastered at the bottom of ESPN quarterback Jordan Tom, Kansas City Chiefs. And I was getting death threats like crazy. Like I'm like, so you better stay away
Why?
from Mahomes. Yeah, they're like saying like you better not get Mahomes
Oh
sick.
yeah,
Like
yeah. Don't
it
get
was
Mahomes sick. Yeah.
yeah. So it was like that whole thing. People were DMing me and um and my phone was blowing up. Like when your phone blows up on your birthday, it was worse. It was like
I was gonna say it's got to be worse than that, but definitely for
yeah.
me worse than that. My
Mm-hmm.
5 text messages I get.
It was bad. Like I was getting texts, you okay? Like what's happening? What's the symptoms? And I was like, I don't feel anything, guys. Like I feel normal. And
That that was the
yeah.
weird part about COVID is like some people I know, like I got it once and I was like fine, and I got it once and I got like sick.
Yeah.
But like I know people that would just had it and it was just like, oh yeah, I tested positive. Like oops, like that sucks. And then other people that were on their deathbed for like a
You're right.
week, and I'm like, oh my god, like
Thank God I was on the
it's the
other
same
side of
thing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you weren't on your deathbed. That'd be even
Mm-mm.
worse because you're getting death threats on your deathbed. That'd be tough.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't know what to do. I just remember I'm just in my apartment, just like I'm like, dang, I got 2 weeks. So I just started playing games and like if I could hop on in a
But not
meeting, I
Super
would.
Smash, obviously.
Obviously, no, no, I was playing that Call of Duty. It was that when Call of Duty was hot. Yeah.
Was that no? Fortnite was way before that, right?
Yeah,
That
Fortnite
was
2
way
was hot
before
too.
that.
Fortnite was hot.
But I remember, I think, God, it's got to be
Yeah, Fortnite came out like 18.
2017.
Yes,
Yeah,
18. Yeah.
18, something like that. So my roommate was like all in on Fortnite to the
Mhm.
point where like if I also wanted to play, he had his own PlayStation,
His own
and
setup.
he'd go in like the other room and play like on my roommate's TV. I'd play in my room because we were like in the same room and everything. And like we would just be playing Fortnite and stuff like that. But man, I remember the
That's
boom of
fun.
Fortnite like crazy. So you're a big Call of Duty guy.
Yeah, I'm a big Call of Duty. Yeah, I love it.
Still
Resurgence.
playing Call of Duty?
Nah, I used to. I don't think I've touched the game in a year or a year or two. Um,
Damn. You got
yes.
beat that bad in Super Smash? You're
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
I'm not picking up the sticks ever again.
Nah, I just like I think I like there's so many new updates and like what I mean? It's just so different now where I'm like, damn, there's too many sweats out here
Yeah.
just playing
No,
the game.
I feel that when I was young, that was my game, especially because
Hmm.
you could play with friends and stuff like that. Like it's really fun to play
So
with.
much
But
fun. Yeah, talking to them.
once the newer game, I was really about the old style. Like Modern Warfare was cool, but like I liked the World at War one, and then they had another one that threw it back, and I was like really into those. Once they're like I'm playing and I'm already not like I'm like okay. I'm
Yeah.
probably like a 500 average KD, right? So I'm like running around and I see guys like jet packing away and I'm like I don't remember that. I don't remember that happening in war. What are we talking about
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
That's not modern. That's futuristic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
modern warfare is a little bit of a stretch on this one. I'm like, all right. I also used to
Crazy.
love World at War because there were so many different glitches that they had to patch, and like you could just climb underneath the map and nobody could touch you. And you'd
Yeah.
have a KD of like 30-0. People are like, how is he so good? And then you see the replay, like, oh, he
Yeah,
glitching,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he glitching.
People know these
But I
cheat
don't play any of those.
codes. They know,
Getting all the
yeah,
cheat codes, getting all that stuff
everything.
back in the day before they were really patching things. And now, like you're saying, there's an update every day because they're patching something out.
Yeah.
I That's the thing. That's the thing with Super Smash. This, but I don't play it as much because I use Link a lot.
Mm.
Link is
Yeah.
like completely nerfed now. Like he's tough. He's a tough one to go with. I'm still pretty good with him because I played with him, Yoshi, and Kirby forever, like forever. So like I'm still pretty good with him because his move set hasn't really changed.
Yeah.
But they update Super Smash all the time, and like they'll
Yeah.
make one person way more powerful and then this person down. But the thing I
Yeah.
can't stand about it is all those like original ones, Mario, Link, all the original people, they're just not good anymore because they want these outside company people to just be dominant.
Right.
Like Little Mac is good. Little Mac isn't as good as the last Super Smash Brothers, where like
Mm-hmm.
literally you can knock somebody out in 3 punches
Oh
if you
yeah.
got 3 clean hits on them. Now you have to like really work it, work it, work it, and then if you're at firsting somebody that's from one of the new games, forget about it. You're not
Yeah.
getting nothing.
Forget about
Like
it.
you're
Yeah.
not getting these. Like that's the first time they did that was Bayonetta. Bayonetta came in and it was just like you can't even touch Bayonetta because she has a crazy get up and she had like that gun boot thing, and you're just like,
Uh-huh.
how am I supposed to beat this with Mario? He's a goddamn plumber. This person's like a demon that has guns coming out of their shoes. I don't understand. I don't understand how I'm supposed to do this. But
No, it's crazy.
anyway,
You know what game?
I
You
can
know what?
rant about Super Smash all
Oh,
day.
I already know. You know what game I was just thinking about? That I like love. Um, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, another fighting game.
I
Bet
love I
I'll
love a good
download
like
it.
another fighting game and stuff. No,
I'll
that like
download it.
that used to be my game right there. I was always playing that.
I love the Mortal Kombat, but I really liked it when it like I liked it on sticks, like actual sticks,
Yeah, yeah.
arcade sticks. Like that's what we should do when I come up to
Little
Dallas.
arcade.
Do free play. You ever do free play?
Yeah, show me.
So free play is in Dallas. I think there's one here in Houston too. But free play is like 12, $13, all you could play. Like they
Oh,
have
okay.
all
I
the
think I've seen that
machines, the
before. Yeah.
basketball, all that stuff. There's something here called Cidercade as well. It's the same thing. It's like 13
Yeah.
bucks, all you could play. They're really trying to make that money on you buying drinks and
Yeah,
food and
yeah, yeah.
stuff like that afterwards. But yeah, it's like all you can play. The only thing, and Mary hates this, the only thing she can't stand about it is you don't get tickets. So like you play
Oh,
the
yeah, after you
game,
play a game,
but you
yeah.
don't get the tickets. So like sometimes like if
Where's
you're
the
playing the
prizes
fighting
at?
games against each other, the racing games, those are fun, whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're playing ticketed game, like we like to go play the ticketed games.
Yeah.
I love me an Eraserhead. I love Eraserhead because that's all you're getting for 10,000 tickets. A little
Right, right.
Eraserhead of some alien from nondescript alien from nothing. But like it's fun to like hit jackpots and like
Mm-hmm.
it's so funny. We're such a reward society. Like
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
play like skee ball because you want the tickets. The tickets aren't gonna get you nothing, but you're like, dude, I got 500 tickets on that one. Like that's great. You can
Exactly.
go get
Exactly. 5
5 pieces of candy from the counter now. Like you just paid $10 for 5 little Tootsie Rolls. Good
Yep,
job.
yep,
But like
yep.
you just want those tickets so bad.
No,
Maybe it's just
exactly.
me. Maybe I'm a little
No,
too. Maybe I'm a
I'm
little
the
too
same way.
competitive.
You
Yeah,
know
you
we're
just
both
want
the same.
like
You know we're both the same. Yeah.
I know. So you're the same person, like that ball drop, and you're like, oh, I could hit. I know it's just the same
The
dimension of
tube.
that. I could
Yep.
hit that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I could get that. I could get. What does that say? 25,000 tickets, man. All
Easy.
those people were ass. I could do this one. I put down $20 on
Yeah,
that thing,
yeah.
just like, damn, it just bounced out. Why doesn't it go through the hole? Because the hole's probably smaller than the ball in the first
Yeah.
place. It's like it doesn't
And
actually
you have
fit
to
in the
get it
first place.
perfectly. Like, yeah.
You have to get
And
it
that's
perfectly
impossible.
in the thing, but you're like, I know I could do this. I know I could.
They
The
messed up the
coolest thing
machine where it just moves a little bit.
a little bit, yeah. Like you're like every time you hit it in the same spot, but this time it's here, this time it's here. It's like,
Yep.
oh, I forgot these things cheat. These things cheat. I will say, I am my best. We'll call it game. We'll call it machine. My best
Yep.
machine,
Mm-hmm.
crane machine. Believe it or not,
Oh
I
yeah.
know they're rigged. I can win a crane machine every time I go on there.
That's a
I'm so
skill.
good with the crane machine. It is a skill. I don't know how I do it. Not all the time on the first one, but I'm telling you,
Yeah, yeah.
within
Yeah, yeah,
five, I'll
yeah. You
get.
gotta get used to it first. You gotta see how it spins, how it goes
Yeah,
down, how
you got to
big the
see like,
ball is.
oh,
Yeah.
you also have to scout it out. For
Yeah.
anybody that likes crane machines, I got you. You have to scout it out. You have to do it once and see how it does. Because sometimes they're
Yeah.
just so completely rigged that's like broken. It'll just like drop on it. It won't even close. Like you're like, all right, so this
Yeah.
is
On to the next.
literally a
Yeah.
rip off. Yeah, now to go to the next one. But when you find one that even a little bit of strength, I'm like, okay, all right, so which one's loose? Where is it? How do I get to it? I'm going around the side, like looking like, all right, yeah, I got to go back a little bit. But I'm telling you, every time I go, when I was in Michigan, when we
Hmm.
were in Michigan, right? I think it was for that
Yeah.
same game. We were in Michigan. I did the event. We always had to do the event the day before. So I went out to do the event, and it was at an arcade. And I stayed after because they gave us like free cards. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Why
I
not?
think a couple of players were there, and they were like, yeah, and they stayed for a minute, and they left. I'm like, I'm staying. I'm using every cent of this card because I love arcades. I don't care if I'm
Uh-huh.
here by myself. I will stay the whole time. Like I'm excited for this. So I won like I went to the won that. It was like a stuffed. I think this Yoshi back here came from a Crane Machine actually. The one
Let's
behind me,
go.
like
Yeah.
got the first one, boom. Go on to the next one, got that one, boom. Go to the next one, like picking like, yeah, that's something I'd like. Let's try this one. Just I won like
Boom.
5 things for free because I didn't have to pay
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
things. So
There we
anyway,
go.
free play, free
It
play.
works. Yeah. Free play. I
We'll
like
go to
that.
that. We'll go to that when we get up there. Are you like a classic arcade guy, or are you like cool going to like a Dave and Buster's?
I like both. I mean, um, I just went to the Dave& and Buster's just because it was more hot and new but,
Yeah,
I'm open to, like, all the old stuff, the new stuff, but, like you said,
yeah.
if it has anything to do with competitiveness or
You're
a
in.
game, I'm in, yeah.
Nowhere. Another awesome spot, and I like it because it's a museum part of it as well. But
Yeah.
at the end, it's a bunch of games. The video game museum, which is in Frisco,
Okay.
it's like the for me I like it because I'm a big, as you know, video game head, Mario
Right.
head, all that stuff. Like that's my jam. So we went there. It goes through all the consoles. Like you can see every console ever made, which is
Yeah.
just to me is like sick. But then you go like room by room, and in the room they'll have a setup of like what a living room looked like when the first like Pong system came out. So you could sit on the couch and there's the TV, the black and white TV with the knob that you plug into the back, and then you go to the next one. It's like a room from the 80s with an
Yeah,
NES
yeah.
in it, and you could play the original Mario. I think actually Duck Hunt was the one that was on
Dang.
this. You're
Okay,
playing
Duck
Duck
Hunt,
Hunt.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could do all that, and then at the very end, they give you these tokens, and you go into the back, and it's all arcades from like all time, like all arcade games
Wow.
from all time are in this little back room, and you get a couple of tokens, and you can go play whichever ones you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you go back to the front, and get more tokens, but just with getting into the museum, you get like 10 tokens or something like that.
Yeah,
Five,
yeah.
maybe it was five, maybe we got five because the two of us went, we got 10. I don't remember the amount is, so don't quote me on that one. But then you
Right.
could go around and play all the different games. I don't even think we did it the first time. We're like, we'll be back eventually. So we still have all the tokens like sitting in the
Yeah,
car,
yeah.
like just in the little
They're just
thing
waiting.
to go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna pile them up and then be there forever. They're gonna have to kick us
Or
out the place.
just stand outside and be like, whoever's not using their tokens, just
Yeah, I we have enough tokens where we just put next on every single one. I got next on this
Yeah.
one. I got next on this one. I got next on this one. Just dropping coins throughout the
Oh,
whole thing.
you're in heaven. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's my spot. I remember we went there because it was brought up to me, like, yeah, did you know the game museum is in Frisco? I'm like, why? Why is
Yeah.
it in Frisco? Like,
Out
there's
of all
nothing
places.
of all places. Like, Nintendo's in Washington. Everything else is made in Japan. Why is it in Frisco, Texas? It makes no sense. But it's right next to oh, you're not going to be playing there because you guys don't play in Texas. But it's right
Mhm.
next to the stadium that they're playing at. This was it Toyota stadium, the soccer
Oh,
stadium
the
that's
soccer
there.
stadium. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally like right across the street. And
Wow.
then the soccer stadium is the Soccer Hall of Fame, which we went to because the team I used to work for's head coach was apparently in there, and I wanted to go see him. And I text him a picture of like, "Hey, here's your bust at the Soccer Hall of Fame" or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm obviously in there because his name's Tab Ramos, and he's like one of the top
Mhm.
U.S. players of all time." And it's like you think, "Hey, look, you're at the Soccer Hall of Fame." I think he said like, "Yeah, I've been there a couple of times." Like, "Yeah, you're obviously in there. You're one of the top U.S. soccer players of all time. Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna be
yeah.
all over the goddamn place." And he was. He was everywhere you went. But that's I just explained the whole day. We went to that, and then
Yeah,
we went
you
to
did.
that, and yeah, very entertaining stuff here. Very entertaining stuff explaining the days I go to. But now the whole point of this is I have places to bring you. I got free play.
Right.
We got the arcade or the video game Hall of Fame,
Mhm.
and we'll go be competitive at those places.
No,
So you
I'm
said you
ready.
played. You said you played baseball too. Was
Yeah.
that ever like a career option for you before football, or was football always it?
I thought it was, I thought I was really good. But then when I got to high school, then I was like, all right, like I gotta be realistic. Like it's so hard to get recruited for baseball coming out of Hawaii unless you're like one of the top kids like
Hmm.
from middle school. So it's like and then unless I'm doing all these like travel teams and like trying to get my recognition, I was like, all right, like I think football is like where my calling's at. So I ended up giving up my senior year baseball just to focus full year for football. It definitely hurt because like, I grew up with my teammates and stuff, and I had to tell my coaches and then especially my teammates, I'm like, hey guys, like I'm not gonna come back. I think I'm gonna focus um on football and like see where that goes. And they were nothing but happy for me. But it did
Yeah.
suck to like kind of hang up my cleats that early my junior year. But
Yeah.
I still everything I do in football, especially being a quarterback, I still relate to baseball and all that helped me to grow to be the quarterback I am today. So definitely helped out a ton being able to be dual sport athlete.
They say that great quarterbacks played baseball because the things you can learn in baseball like really translate over.
Yeah.
Also, learning to slide is huge, by the
Yes.
way.
Huge. Yep.
People don't realize like
Mm-hmm.
if you don't actually learn to slide and you're in a situation now, I have not been in a situation. I was never starting quarterback, but I can understand the situation. I played baseball my entire life.
Right.
If you're in a situation where you don't know the proper way to slide, you're not going to do it correctly and you're
Yep.
going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And like when you're as the quarterback being chased by a lineman or about
Mm-hmm.
to be your head blown off of you because someone's running at you,
Yeah.
you're just going to like instinctively drop to the ground. And if you don't know the slide technique, you're not going to do the slide technique. You're going to like put
Yeah.
both your feet out or you're going to dive.
Yeah.
You
Dive
see a
head
lot of these
first.
guys
Yeah.
dive head first. Yeah, they all
Mm-hmm.
dive head first because they don't know like the slide and all that stuff. So like
Yeah.
that's very important. But
Oh, it
overall, I,
is.
I love baseball. I think you can learn so much from baseball. I'm assuming you were a pitcher outfielder.
Yeah, pitcher, outfitter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I dabbled around shortstop.
I'm sure. Yeah, when you were younger though, and then
Yeah,
when
yep.
you were
When I
getting
got to
older, you're like because you probably threw heat because you were a
yeah,
quarterback. I know
yeah,
you throw extremely hard. I've played catch
yeah,
with you before with a football, so I can only imagine with a baseball. And then in the outfield, you were quick
yeah.
and you had a good arm. I would have put you in the outfield as well. Like
Mhm.
that's what you do. You got to have a guy with a cannon that could just nail
Yeah.
somebody at the plate. What felt better, striking somebody out or nailing somebody at the plate?
Ooh,
Th- I know the answer to
that's a
this.
great question. Dang, I like striking someone out.
Oh, that's the
Nailing
wrong
someone at
answer
the plate
though.
though, that's like the best like feeling
That's
that
the it's an amazing feeling. Like
it
when you
is.
just gun somebody out of the plate,
Yeah.
it's an awesome feeling. I've never had a better feeling in sports. I was a catcher than throwing people out.
Yeah.
Like especially a little later in my high school career when I was definitely doing it a lot more. Like I learned different techniques. I had an
Yeah.
okay arm, but I didn't have like I wasn't like throwing 90 or anything like
Right, right,
that.
right.
So I had an okay arm, but I had a quick pop and I was able to get it down quickly.
Mhm.
Throwing people out, you just like look at them like you thought you could
Yeah,
run,
yeah, yeah.
you thought you could run. You just like you're big dicking them. You're like, yeah, you thought, bro, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
That was always the best feeling. And I mean, I was a power hitter. I was a now like I wish I used to call it a modern player back
Mhm.
then. I hit a lot of home runs, struck out a lot, and I was a good defensive catcher. So like
Yeah.
good behind the plate, could block, could throw out people, stuff like that. And like I either hit bombs or like didn't hit the ball at all, which is funny as I got older. I played all the way up to college, stopped playing in college. After college, started playing again.
Yeah.
And when I started playing again, my entire play style changed, which was really weird. Like I wasn't like a power hitter that struck out a lot. I
Right,
still
right.
struck out a good amount, and I think that's because I was super heavy at the time. Lost a ton of
Mhm.
weight since then, but I was very heavy, so like it was hard to get your arms around sometimes. But I actually hit for more like contact, which I
Yeah.
was never a contact hitter. That's because like I just the coaching I got later in life, like when
Uh-huh.
I started coaching baseball myself, I think just kind of completely changed my mindset. It completely changed like how I went to the plate, my approach. Like my approach when I was young was like find a fastball and hit it 450 feet. Like
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
no there's no like maybe I should move him over or let's go the other way. It was like find a
I was the same
fastball,
way,
just
yeah.
drive that thing. Just get as far as you
Me and my boy
possibly
had a
can.
competition, to this day, we still laugh about it. We had a competition, like, who would hit the most home runs in a season, like, it was so funny.
So I gotta re-challenge you to basketball. That's
Yeah,
one because I have to redeem myself. Actually, my shooting now is
it's
way
better.
better than it was then. Oh, yeah, I play like 6 times a week.
I know, I see that. I see
I
you posting
played.
them
I played.
stories, your
I
little
played
jumpers.
yesterday morning. Yeah. Well, mostly when I post a story, it's other people shooting because I'm sitting like
That
for a
guy did miss
second.
yesterday, the one you
He
posted
did miss.
yesterday.
They miss a couple. Whenever I post a story, they always miss. I'm like, just make one, guys. Just make
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
But I'm definitely. I've played a lot more than I have even in Dallas, which I was playing a lot in
yeah,
Dallas too. But like my shot is just like I'm more consistent with my 3-pointer.
yeah, good. You have a
Forget
lot
a
more
three
free
point
time now.
contest.
Let's
Forget a
do
three
it.
point contest. Ball up. Let's go.
Alright,
One
I'm
one
ready.
v one. Let's go. Let's
You can
go.
put your meta glasses on again
I haven't
and
worn those
get the
meta
little point
glasses
of
in
view.
so. Yeah. So the day before recording this, I don't want to say yesterday, but the day before recording this, we went to a Mexican OT concert. He
Okay.
invited us out. We've worked with him. He invited us out. So we were like backstage, and I was with Will, and I looked at him and was like, "Damn, this would be the perfect opportunity for meta glasses." It's
Uh-huh.
such a cool
I'll
experience.
take that
Er,
everywhere with me.
I should, man. I don't think about it all the time anymore. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I've had some good opportunities come around, so I don't even think about like, oh, this should be a meta glasses moment. This should be a meta
Right,
glasses
right,
moment.
right.
I should though. I paid for them. They're like,
Yeah,
I
you
own
should
them. I paid
just wear
money.
it just to wear it, and
Just
then
have them
whenever
in
you
a
need to take it
bag and
on.
never take them off. Like just capture everything like that.
Mhm.
But I really just bought them for two reasons. One, when I was freelance, well, I bought them in the UFL. I was getting a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, but really it was
Yeah,
when I was freelancing. I could get behind the scenes footage because when I was freelancing, I needed to promote myself as well.
yeah,
And it's hard to promote yourself without behind the scenes footage, like photos of you or videos of you actually filming when I would do like Aaron Judge. Like if you
yeah,
don't have something to show like a different angle, how are you supposed to promote it? That was the whole reason I bought them.
yeah.
But now it's like I don't need to do that to promote myself as much. So I don't even think about them as much.
Right, right, right.
Did you end up getting yourself a pair of meta glasses? You
No,
did,
I
right?
didn't. No, I didn't
I
yet.
thought you did.
No, I talked to you about it, but I was like, I don't know. I was just going through a lot, so I was like, maybe not. I'll just wait and then see if something else comes out.
Well, they have those the Oakleys now
Mm.
that the camera and believe me, for people that are listening, it sounds stupid, but it does make a huge difference. The camera is actually in the middle of the eyes instead of the
Side.
corner of the eye. So like it's a better view of what's going on. I think if you wanted to do POV stuff,
Yeah.
like if you wanted to do like that kind of stuff, you should do the chest one that goes on the necklace for
Hmm.
what you do. I think it would be like if you're just throwing with nobody coming at you, obviously, because there's no reason to wear meta glasses if
Yeah.
someone's gonna hit you because they're just gonna break. But if you're doing that, maybe the meta glasses are good. But if you're doing like a practice or like or something like that, and you want to get, I think they have the chest ones that go around the neck and they kind of clip like a magnet.
Yeah.
Those ones look really good too. When I was thinking of doing it when I was playing baseball, that was the one I wanted to go for because it just like when you're like fielding a ground ball, it looks
You
cooler
can
than
see
on
it.
the
Yeah.
glasses. And plus in baseball you wear a hat, so like you
Yeah.
just see
It'll get
like
in the
the
way.
top of the brim, half of the screen, and then you see the bottom of it. And it's like that doesn't look good. So like,
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
but yeah. So go get that. Go get
I
that
definitely
stuff
will.
instead if that's what you want to do. What else do you do in the off season? I know you do a lot of fitness stuff, and
Yeah.
you're out in Nashville during the off season.
Yeah. I'm in Nashville during the off season, and yeah, I personal train young athletes, and then I teach workout classes at a gym there. Just to buy time, stay in the gym, stay fit, stay around people that are fit, um, and yeah, like young quarterbacks. Like I love like just training them and um, just being able to give back to the community in that way means a lot to me because if I had this coaching when I was younger, I'll be a totally different person, totally different animal today. So most of these things I've learned was either self-taught, learned in the NFL, or learned through the quarterback coaches that I had throughout my college career, and then in my professional career. So I kind of just combine all of that and then use whatever I felt like helped me a lot, and then pour it out into these young athletes, that are trying to go somewhere big. And um, with the mindset and the skills that they have and the ability to lock in for that hour together is truly amazing. And like, it's really cool to see kids that look up to you and want to be just like you. And, that will come out to games and support you and just watch and see how I do. So it's just awesome, like being able to do that.
Have you ever thought of doing either, do you do QB camps, or have you ever thought of doing like personalized QB training or anything like that?
Yeah, so I've only done QB training, but I never like I want to do like this year, like my goal for like after the season, obviously get into the NFL. And like I'm not gonna wait for that anymore. I've been waiting for the last couple of years, but my next thing is like, all right, now I do got to get another real job. If it's coaching, if it's doing more, either if it's focusing on personalizing my QB training or actually get into QB camps where I have, some type of income coming in, during the off season. Because I am tired of all that waiting and stuff in the NFL, like, and just waiting for an opportunity, when I could be really using this time to really develop, my program or my story. And um, so, yeah, that's basically that's my goal for after this season is to kind of jump on that and get to it. Um,
Yeah. I
yeah.
think because one, you have a lot to teach. You've
Mhm.
learned a lot. You have a lot to teach. I do think you have like an interesting story that's easy to get behind as well. Like
Yeah.
the whole story is still being written, obviously, but the whole
Right.
story, it's just easy to latch onto and everything. And I do know like a lot of quarterbacks will do those quarterback camp, like not just the camps, but like I know a couple of them, a couple of UFL guys I met last year even do like they'll work with like high school quarterbacks
Yeah.
um to try to grow them into those college quarterbacks and beyond and stuff like that. Just learning what you've learned in the NFL, learning what you've learned in the UFL and the XFL in college, what you're still learning today. It's funny you said about what you said with coaching. When so I coached baseball from about like 2017 to 2020 when it got shut down. I think I mentioned
Yeah.
it a little earlier. I coached high school baseball, and it wasn't because I was like, I did want to stay close to baseball. I love the sport. Like I said, played it my whole life. But
Yeah.
when I was learning so much, coaching in different places and playing in different places after college and meeting all these different people, I was just learning so much that I was like, I want to like be able to teach these kids the things I never learned or the things I wish I knew when I was at this age. I'm still doing that today. I take on a lot of college kids where I talk to them about career advice. Like
Yeah.
we go through like talking how to send an email, how to write your resume, how to reach out to somebody, like what advice can you give me? I do all that stuff with college kids. And what I tell them, they're like, I can't believe you would open your inbox. So I opened my inbox on LinkedIn a couple weeks ago, and 2 days after I opened it up, there was like 300 students reached out to me, more than that probably. And I've been having individual meetings with them almost every single night, and they all go like, it's so nice of you to open your inbox and talk to us and like help us make a connection in the sports industry. And I'm like, I'm not doing it just because like I thought it'd be a nice thing. I'm doing it because when I was in my early 20s and
Yeah.
I was looking for any sort of direction, I went to a criminal justice school and I studied sports and communication and video.
Good.
So like they couldn't help me in anything. The resumes they had me write were like 3 pages long, and I'm like, are you sure? Like it shouldn't be 3 pages. And they're like, no,
Yeah.
you've done so much. Keep going, keep going. And then I get to jobs and they're like, you have too long of a resume. We just kind of pushed it to the side. Like,
Yeah.
you obviously don't have 3 pages worth of experience. You've been in college the entire time,
Right. 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 Right.
which is exactly what I thought. So just having that person to just bounce things off
Yeah.
of
To
and
guide you.
stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, to
Hmm.
guide you through, because that's what you need. You need somebody with that experience to be able to push you through, and it's very hard to find that in a lot of
Yeah.
people because in your profession and in my profession, when you get to that level, like, will you help people? Sure. Are you dying to? No, you just got to this level. You don't want to get them to that level too. Like
Right.
you want to keep going up and you want to keep at your thing. You might help this person. Now they're passing you because you helping them has helped them gain the skills to keep going
Hmm.
and going and going. So
Yeah.
it's not a like I'm not never gonna help it. Obviously me, just had like 300 kids reach out to me, and I meet with them all the time. But like, yeah, a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to help people because they're still fighting for themselves.
Yeah.
So it's great to hear that you do that.
No, yeah. I mean, I love doing it. Just, I mean, it's like you said, like it reminds me of my younger self where I wish I had this, wish I had that, and um, I just want kids to know that, all right, like it is going to cost a little bit, but you will get the things you need to get a head start, and in front of all your not in front of all your friends, but like than your peers, and just a little boost just to help you get to where you need,
Exactly.
and
Yep.
just a
Exactly
little
what we're
push.
just talking about. We're talking
Hmm.
about like just like people don't like to help because they think they're gonna pass them.
Yeah.
We're talking to you because we're gonna help you. If you rank fifth, we're gonna get you to first. If you rank
Yeah.
10th, we'll get you to fifth. Like we're gonna help you move up the ranks so you can then further your own career and stuff like
Yep.
that, which is awesome. That's a great job
Exactly.
that you do. Well, good luck on the
Appreciate it.
season. You can catch him on the field, DC
Yes,
Defenders
sir.
games, UFL games. Go find those tickets. I believe they're out now. You can go find
Yeah.
tickets right now. He's going to go win another championship, another MVP. We actually didn't even talk about the championship stuff at all.
Yeah.
Like,
We know we didn't.
uh, I will say one story before I let you go because this
Yeah.
is like my favorite thing ever. And it's
Okay.
something I've never been able to do in my career in any other aspect. Day before the championship game,
Hmm.
um, you come over to our hotel. I was with Will, our hotel. It's the day
Yeah.
before the championship game, and I believe we just found out the MVP results as well. So
Yeah.
it was like a tough mind space to be in. So you come over for you and for me because I was also very pissed about that. By the
Yeah.
way, very very pissed about that. But you came over, and for what 2 hours we played Smash.
Yeah. Two
We
hours.
played
Yeah. It was.
yeah
Yeah.
two hours we
We was
played
in that
Smash.
room. Yeah.
And then what happened the next day? This dude just goes out, wins the championship MVP, balls out,
Hmm.
and it's all thanks to me playing Smash the day before. So I just want to say you're welcome
It was through the
helping you.
Smash community. I took out all my anger playing that Smash. Just
I
really
know
pissed off. Yeah.
you came in, you were pissed off, you came in, and I think I the first one I just wiped house, and I looked over at you, I was like, oh, he's gonna murder me. He came over, he's trying to blow off steam, and I was like, one,
Yeah.
two, three, done. Like, yeah. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna actually kill me right now. He's gonna try to kill me. But then you won
Nah.
the championship, you won the MVP.
Yeah.
All was right in the world because you know what, rings speak louder than metal does. So like,
Yeah.
it was all good. And
Yeah.
just like you said, I've been in the industry for over, I think it's my 13th year in the industry. That was the first and only championship I've won. So it meant just as much to me because
Hmm.
I've been grinding out there, trying, like, just hoping to latch onto a team that wins
Yeah.
one day.
And
And this is
that's
the man
yeah.
that brought it to me right
Let's
here.
go.
He brought me that championship. I mean, I brought it to him because of Super Smash, but whatever. He brought me a championship. Jordan, thank you for joining.
Hey,
Good luck
thank
this
you.
season.
Appreciate
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Jordan, for being here. Remember, if you're not subscribed to Mad Props, go ahead and hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now, and then go other places and subscribe. Subscribe everywhere so you never miss an episode, no matter what you're doing. You can subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube so you can watch and you can listen and do all that fun stuff. Leave a comment for us because we'd love to hear from you guys as well about how you enjoyed the episode or whatever. Make sure you catch Jordan in DC or wherever he's going to be with the UFL season. You can go find it at the UFL's website or at the DC Defenders website if you want to see where he's playing nearest you. You can also see some of the stuff we've done if you follow their social media pages and scroll really far back. You can see the stuff we've done, or you can see the stuff they're doing now, whatever you want to do there. Make sure you follow Jordan Tayamu as well. I will put the tag in the bio. No matter where you're listening, you can find it. You can follow him on social media, Jordan _ TAAMU10. Jordan _ TAAMU10 on Instagram. Go give him a follow as well so you can know everything that's going on with him. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you again, Jordan. This has been another episode of Mad Props. We will see you next time. Make sure you stay connected to my social medias and the Mad Props social media because we're going to have a couple of videos that have come out or are coming out from different guests and stuff like that we get to interact with at different events. So you're not going to want to miss that either. All right. See you guys later. Deuces. Love you all. Bye-bye.